Welcome back to the second day of Christmas. Today we actually going to have two winners. These are the KGT Field Centers. These are the first runs. I've heard mixed feelings about these. A few people are like, oh, they're a little bit blurry. Other people are like, all right, they are getting remade. So these are going to be the first run. 12 and number 13 for those of you out there that are like, ooh, piece of candy. So I'll leave... Guys, if you want to get entered, make sure that you leave a comment down below. Make sure you like the video. I'd like to get to 85K by the end of the year. We are going to have much better prizes coming. I have Genesis Impactor boxes. We have some Gem Tech deck boxes. And we have a cute little Christmas Eve stream that's going to be a tournament of madness. So I hope you're absolutely astounded watching me suffer for 7 hours as we make other people suffer. It's going to be a fun little time. So, make sure you get entered in to win these, and let's dig on into the second day of Christmas, shall we? On the second day of Christmas, Kongman gave to me a counter fairy list that I wanted to share with the world. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm still looking for some crazy list out there like Boojins and stuff for the 12 days of Christmas. So if you guys have any cool stuff coming out that's not necessarily TCG legal, but a glimpse towards the future, I will take a look at those bad boys. So the first thing I just want to say about this deck is, if you enjoy your opponent not getting the chance to play the game, this is probably the deck for you. If you enjoy stun as a concept, and you enjoy your opponent being angry with you the entire game, this is also the deck for you. If you enjoy putting on your Christmas hat and bringing total despair to everybody at your locals, especially in remote duels, this is the deck for you. Now, what does the deck do, you ask? Well, we summon out the Bountiful Artemis, and we just set our hand. And we look at our opponent and go, sucks to suck, loser. See you next time. So, we have two copies of Archlord Christia. This is going to be our primary, or our secondary win con. I'm going to assume that you're never going to summon this via the exactly 4 fairies in the graveyard. The main thing that we're going to be able to do, though, is bring it off of the Valhalla. Now, if we actually open up the Valhalla, getting the special summon of the fairy, if you get double Bountiful Artemis on the field off of the Valhalla, and then you get the counter traps running, you're going to be in a fantastic position. If you end up on the Archlord Christia with the Valhalla, with the Bountiful Artemis, with the counter traps, so that's what? Archlord Christia plus Valhalla plus Bountiful plus 2 counter traps. That's your 5-card combo. Alright? But if you do open up Archlord Christia plus the Valhalla, you're basically going to be able to start up full combo and do what you want against your opponent. Alright, we have the 1 copy of the Morale Attack, so this will give us the non-targeting destruction to mess with the opponent's plays. And we also have the 2 copies of Artifact Scythe. Now, the cool thing about this is if we set up a Bountiful Artemis with a Scythe backing it, that's going to give us burst damage to effectively start to end the game a little bit sooner. Also, we'll be able to essentially deck thin, which is going to net us our resource pool faster, which is going to be the best plus that we could have. Alright, and then we have triple copies of Bountiful. So each time a counter trap card is activated, immediately after it resolves, you're going to get a draw. Now, this is going to be your entire deck's aspect, alright? You're going to want this stupid card to ensure that you're getting additional draw power to make sure that you can continuously play the game. If anything happens to the Bountiful, unfortunately, it's not going to be a good time for you. So, I've watched this card in my years get smashed, get Dark Hold, get Raigeki'd, and I cry every frickin' time. Alright, it's that rough. Then we also have triple copies of the Guiding Ariande. So, apply these effects. So, while it's in the Pendulum scale, you're not going to have to pay life points to activate counter trap cards, and you're going to have to not discard to activate your counter trap cards, which means that Solemn Judgment's free, our Solemn Warnings are free, our Strikes are free, and our trap for the Rebirth of Parshath is also going to be free real estate. And if this thing's destroyed by battle or a card effect, you're going to get to reveal 3 counter trap cards from your deck. Your opponent's going to pick one of them and then add it to your hand. So once again, the big thing you care about with this is going to be free resource management to make sure that, hey, if they out it, you get a free counter trap card and your stuff's free. You're going to need those life points because you're playing Counter Fairy. Now, we have triple copies of Herald of Greenlight. So you can, when your opponent does a spell card, you're going to get the chance to send this and a fairy monster from your hand to the graveyard to negate it. Free real estate. Alright, we also have the triple copies of Herald of Orange Light. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, send this and another fairy monster from your hand to the graveyard to negate that activation and destroy it. Hey, I will take this. Alright, and then we have the 1 copy of the Sacred Arch Air Knight Parshath. So if you activate a counter trap card, or if you negate the activation of a spell or trap card or monster effect, you can banish up to 2 other fairy monsters from your hand, field, and or graveyard to special summon this card from your graveyard if it was there when you activated or after the activation. If this card attacks a defense position monster, you get trample. And when this card inflicts damage to your opponent, you're going to get to add a Parshath card or a counter trap card from your deck to your hand. So this will basically guarantee you that you'll be able to search for a Solemn to ensure that you can keep the game going. Now, of course, much like most decks, we do have triple copies of Pot of Extra. This deck will probably be playing Pot of Disparity in the future to make sure that you can get to those further resources. Now, that might conflict with the whole Valhalla thing. I don't think it will. I think it'll pretty much mainline and be a beautiful straight course from here. But triple extra for draw power. We also have the 1 copy of the Sanctum of Parshath. So this card's name becomes the Sanctuary in the Sky while on the field, or in the graveyard, actually. Each monster on the field gains 300 attack and defense. Alright, so all your fairies are going to get a super big buff. Woohoo. Set spells and traps cannot be targeted by or destroyed by card effects. I don't have to worry about getting twin twisted. Once per turn, you can target 3 fairy monsters and or counter trap cards with different names and place them on the top of your deck in any order. Well, don't mind if I do. It's pretty good. Then we have triple copies of Valhalla, pretty straightforward. And then this is our other broken card. So Rebirth of Parshath. When a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated, reveal 1 counter trap card in your hand, and then discard 1 card and pay 1,000 life points. That guy Nariande is going to really make that sucker free for us. Alright, so we do all that. We're going to get to shuffle that target, or negate the activation, shuffle that card into the deck, and then we're going to get to special summon a Parshath monster from our deck or our extra deck. Now, you have a couple options here. We get access to the Sacred Arch, we get access to Old Avenging Air Knight, or we get access to this crazy Link 3 here. So, that's some pretty cool stuff. The fact that you get access to all this cool stuff is actually cool. So the Link 3 here, you can discard 1 card, add 1 to Sanctuary in the Sky, or 1 card that specifically lists Sanctuary in the Sky in its card text from your deck to your hand. Or if the Sanctuary Sky is on the field, you can add a fairy monster instead. If another face-up fairy card you control is sent to the graveyard, except during damage step, you banish fairy monster from graveyard, special summon 1 fairy monster from your hand whose level is higher than the banished monsters. That's a lot to take in, but free resource off of your trap card. The ability to search for Sanctum in the Sky, or Sanctuary in the Sky, or you get access to basically bring out Herald and do some cool stuff. Alright, and then basic Avenging Air Knight over here. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, change its battle position, and then you get trample. Nothing too spicy about this. The rest of our traps are triple Artifact Sanctum, triple Judgment, triple Strike, triple Warning, the best of the world. Alright, to make sure that we can just punish the opponent. Extra deck, we have triple Durandal, triple Gaga Cowboy, triple copies of Dagda, triple copies of Parshath, and triple copies of the Avenging Air Knight. Alright, our entire deck premise is going to be built into the main deck, so that's fine. Side deck here, we have triple copies of Herald of the Purple Light, 2 copies of Effect Veiler, triple copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, triple copies of the Chaos Trap Wall, triple copies of the Imperial Iron Wall, and 1 copy of Imperial Order, wrapping up Counter Trap card the deck. I do kind of think we might want to play some more Counter Trap cards in here. 12 might not be enough, 12 might be enough. It really just depends on what you're really feeling for the build. So that's the second day of Christmas, everybody. Guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about the spice from Kongman. I think that this deck is particularly cute in what it can do. I'm looking forward to seeing what other cool variants that we have coming out of the 12 Days of Christmas. And yeah, make sure you get entered in today's contest. Make sure you guys are subscribed for more cute stuff. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow with the winner and the third day of Christmas. Oof, what a long... Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out MColeGames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.